Hello, my name is Jessica Kuhn, and I'm a student at BYUI. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my workshop today entitled Getting to the Heart of Things. You've all been invited here today because you have family, friends, or yourself that have been affected by heart disease. And so we just wanted to talk a little bit about that today. I'm going to start off with a brief TED Talk.
I want you to close your eyes for a moment and imagine that you're being rushed to the hospital in an ambulance. You have excruciating chest pain and you can barely speak. When you get to the emergency room, a nurse comes in to see you. "What brings you in today?" she says. You start to tell her, but she interrupts you. "Have you had this happen to you before?" You're trying to collect your thoughts. "What were you doing when it hit?" "Nothing unusual, just watching a movie on TV." She hooks you up to a cardiac monitor and draws some blood. And then the doctor comes in to see you. "Hello, how's your pain? Any history of drug use or drug abuse?" Then suddenly it dawns upon you. You're an African American man from Baltimore. You're in your early 20s and you're slender. They've assumed that either you have sickle cell anemia and must be addicted to pain medications, or that you are an IV drug user and you're coming in with a cocaine-related heart problem.
Thanks for listening to that. I don't know about for you, but it was really eye-opening for me, and I really felt like I was in the back of that ambulance. Um, it was stories like that that I started looking at the topic of heart disease, especially with African American men, because they are judged before they seek treatment, or even before that they are treated, whether they seek it or not. They often lack health care. They often live in rural environments and poverty. Because of these things, 1 out of 3 Black men will die from their first heart attack. This means they need the skills that we're going to talk about today more than most, but unfortunately, we all need them. It isn't just Black men. 1 person dies every 36 seconds from cardiovascular disease or heart disease in the United States. This equals about 655,000 Americans that die from heart disease each year. That's 1 in every 4 deaths. I don't know about you, but I think those numbers are way too high. The next thing I'd like us to do is to break up into small groups of 3 or 4 and share stories of why you're here today. Has anyone in your family or friend circle had heart disease? Do you know what heart disease is? And now that we are back, the next thing we're going to discuss today is the risks for heart disease that we can control. It is true that family history plays a large part in heart disease. However, there are a number of things that we can control ourselves. The amount of alcohol we intake. The goal is to not intake any alcohol, as it can raise your risk of heart disease, but you do need to make sure that you keep it under 1 drink a day for women and 1 to 2 drinks for men, depending on your size. Another issue that can elevate your risk of heart disease is your blood pressure. You need to make sure that you keep your blood pressure below 120 systolic, which is the top number, and below 80 diastolic, which is the bottom number. Your doctor can help you know whether you're at risk for that and can help you give medication as well that will help. Cholesterol and diabetes are both tests that your doctor can run to tell you whether you're at risk for those. But we all know whether we've had an uncle or grandparents that have had those. Another risk factor is exercise. Do you live a very sedentary life and don't exercise very much? In order to lower your risk factor for heart disease through exercise, you need 150 minutes of exercise a week, which sounds like a lot. but it's only 30 minutes a day. You have 23 and a half hours left for everything else you have to fit in the day. Isn't those 30 minutes worth improving your health? Also, smoking, whether it's vaping, tobacco, or cigarettes, they all put you at a higher risk for heart disease. Some of these possible changes that we can make, me too, I also need to make these changes. You can add 30 minutes of vigorous exercise 5 to 6 days a week. Avoid more than 1 to 2 alcoholic drinks daily. Stop smoking. Get a healthy diet of fruits and vegetables, whole grains, low-fat dairy products, beans, nuts, seeds, and lean meats. Start with small changes. Possible changes that you might want to start with today are to add more fruits and vegetables to your diet. Work up to getting half your plate in fruits and vegetables. Find a fun form of exercise that you enjoy, something that you look forward to, whether it's playing basketball with the guys, or taking a dance class with your wife, or going on a walk with your family after dinner. Any of these things you're more likely to stick to because you enjoy them and you look forward to them. Another thing you can work on, is working on swapping out soda for water, 100% fruit juice, which you can have in small amounts, and low-fat milk. What is one way you can adapt your favorite meals to be healthier? For lowering fat intake, you can use half butter, shortening, or oil and replace the other half with unsweetened applesauce, mashed bananas, or prune puree. Pardon me, couldn't say that for some reason. You can reduce the sugar. Often most recipes can be reduced by 1/3 to 1/2. You can add spices like cinnamon, allspice, and nutmeg, or flavoring such as vanilla to replace that sweetness that you might miss. Most dishes can lower the salt in them by half or even eliminate it. The only ones that have to have it are those that have yeast in it for baked goods. Downsize your portion control. Maybe get a fun small plate that you use instead of our regular size plates. Change cooking and prep techniques. As we're talking about this, are there meals that you need help adjusting? That's what we're here for, is to help you. Remember to take it one day at a time. Don't throw in the towel because of one day of bad choices. Remember, this isn't a quick fix, but a new lifestyle. One bad day will not ruin all the good choices you are making. And lastly, I wanted to leave you with one question. What change can you make today? Even one change can lower your risk of heart disease by as much as 45%. Don't you think that's worth it? Thank you so much. I will be leaving feedback sheets in the back of the room and send them to your email as well. I would love to hear any feedback that you have for me. Thank you.